Happy Thanksgiving from me to you. What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Scotty, and we're here for my review of Chasing Atlanta Season 4. I think this is episode 4 or 5. It's one of them, but we're going to get right on into the mess right quick, so let's get it started. Now, I must say, before we even get into the mess, they're trying to amp it up, okay? Now, this season been starting off real motherfucking slow. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been starting off slow. I've been falling asleep on this shit. And now we're revving up the drama, okay? So we're going to open this shit up with Lauren, a.k.a. Jaylon. Now, Lauren is on her way back to Atlanta from China. She's gotten her deal. Now she's coming back to Atlanta and ready to take center stage right now. I love the relationship that Lauren has with her dad. Her dad seems to be very supportive of what he's doing. And there was even conversations in this scene where it was like, yeah, you know, there's certain people in your family, in our family, that's not really accepting of the situation, but however, long as you happy, that's all that really matters. And honestly, that's all that really matters. As long as somebody is happy with what they're doing, that's all that really matters. Honestly, like, who gives a fuck about what the next bitch got to say? Like, they ain't got to live their life. You know what I mean? Like, they got to live, like, the family ain't got to live my life. I have to live my own life, so I gotta make myself happy. So I know a lot of us get to the point to where we so worried about what our family and friends are gonna say, and then that just fucks up our whole mental and everything else about us. Like, when you live your life for the opinions of other people, you're never gonna win doing that. The only way you'll win is if you live for yourself, honey, and that's what you got to do. So Oliver, he has this friend over by the name of J. Ron. I think he's talking to him, a possible romantic love interest or whatnot. He comes over, and J. Ron is kind of cute, but he gives off ATL scammer tease. Like, you know, he just come across like he'll sell you a whole dream and rob you out of your wallet. That's the type of shit that he gives. So while they was sitting up there talking in this long, drawn out ass scene, and he just trying to spit his damn game and talk you out of your draws and shit like that, it ain't working with Oliver at all, and I can see that it ain't, okay, because it wouldn't work on me. But then he started dropping the bomb that he used to talk to Q a long time ago. Now, what's crazy about the situation is that, you know, Q and Oliver got issues, but because of the fact that they were friends, despite the fact that they got issues, Oliver not even gonna touch Jerron like that because of the fact that Jerron and Q had a thing in the past. And even though he just told Oliver that he had a thing with one of his friends, you know, he's still trying to fuck with Oliver. Like, niggas ain't shit, child. Like, that just goes to show you that niggas ain't shit. They would fuck with your friend, then they'll try to fuck with you. And when you tell them that you ain't finna fuck with them like that because they used to fuck with your friend, they be like, oh, it doesn't matter. We don't fuck with each other. It wasn't that serious. It don't matter how serious it was, bitch. At the end of the day, you used to fuck with my friend. Come on now. Let's, like, no. So Troy and Dominique, the Messy twins, freaking frag, they have a conversation about Troy's birthday party. Troy just wants to have a good time. He wants to invite everybody to the party, bring the whole group together since he hasn't, you know, been able to do so, and he just wants to have a good time and just, you know, let his hair down and enjoy everybody's company. But Troy knows that shit ain't gonna happen. He already know these folks do not. Number one, they don't know how to act. Number two, they make every event about them. Like, if it's an event about somebody else, they're never gonna let it be about you. They gotta do something to make it about them. So he already knows that. So if he's walking around here acting all surprised about it, he a damn fool. Baby, you already know what the deal is before you walk through the door. And Oliver comes in, and they start talking to then Troy and Dominique starts talking to Oliver about his issues with Kendra. And Oliver is over it. Like, he's done, he's over it, and he, you know, they're inviting him to the birthday party, but Oliver, you know, he don't really give a fuck about being around Kendra. It's really Kendra that has the issues. And to be honest, Kendra, I'll talk about that later on. But yeah, like, Oliver is over the situation. He really don't want to deal with it, and honestly, I don't want to deal with the shit either. So then Oliver was like, well, while y'all talking to me about Kendra, what's the fuck going on between y'all two and Lauren, okay? And so, you know, Troy was basically saying, well, I invited her to the party, and, you know, Troy was like, well, it got back to him, you know, our conversation when me and you talked about, my situation with Lauren, I knew that you was probably the only one that discussed it, and I don't know how it got back to Lauren, but apparently got back to her. And Oliver was like, well, that is my friend. Like, what make you think she's my friend? Y'all are not. So what make y'all think I wasn't going to tell her? And that's common sense, Dominique. Like, you should have known when you sat there and you talked about Lauren and what y'all issues were. You should have known that he was gonna go back and tell Lauren what the fuck y'all talked about. It don't take no common sense, bro. Like, it ain't no common sense. This ain't a common sense situation. You already knew that he was gonna go back and tell Jaylon what you said. It's pretty obvious that he was gonna do that. So Lauren is getting herself settled back in her ATL apartment, and her friend is there. And apparently, Lauren has an apartment in China as well. But now with everything that was going on with the coronavirus, he already knew that she already knew that she wouldn't be able to go back right now. So her roommate was like, well, are you going to stay in Atlanta, or are you going to stay in China? And she really don't know what she wants to do right now, but she just wants to come back and get herself recharged. Then they started talking about the group, and Lauren just don't want to be around them. Like, she feels like everybody dislikes her in the group, and that's pretty much true. Just about a lot of people, just about the majority of the group either don't know her or they don't like her. They got a problem with her. And she just not ready to be around them. I mean, she said all they do is beef with each other. All they do is get into some dramas, always some bullshit. So she just chooses not to be around it. And to be honest, I can't really be mad at that. Like, sometimes you gotta stay away from around certain type of energies, bro. And sometimes all they want to do is fight, argue about the same old bullshit. Nobody wants to do that. So I ain't even gonna lie and act like, Lauren is on some shit like, bitch, you think you better than me and all this other shit. I don't think that's what she's on. So I totally understand. Now, Rico, Wayne DePayne, Kendra, and Dominique, they talk about this upcoming outing that they're going to have. And we already know how Kendra feels about being around Oliver. But at this point, Lauren and Q was also invited to this shindig. And I'm guessing they're just expecting to see all three of them. And she can address all three of them together at this point. Kendra always ready for the bullshit. So now it's time for Troy's birthday party, and just about everybody is there except for Lauren and Q. So there's an edible arrangement that's being sent to the party, and Oliver opens it up, and apparently it's from Lauren, but Lauren ain't sending it to Troy, and it's his birthday. She's sending it to Oliver, and I was like, oh, Lauren is shady as a motherfucker. How do you send a gift to a party to someone else and it's not even their birthday? You bypass the bitch birthday. The bitch's birthday that it is, you bypass them and send it to their friend. Like, child, that was so petty and messy up, Lauren. That's some petty shit. That's some, ain't she a Libra? That's some shit a Libra would do. Now, Kendra is upset because Lauren and Q aren't there because she wanted to address them about everything that was going on. Kendra was like, well, I ain't finna have no smoke with you, Oliver. My smoke is for them other two bitches. I wanted them to be here, but they're not here. So Oliver was trying to have a conversation with Kendra about, the situation at hand. Like, basically, let's just try to enjoy this day. This is Troy's day, so let's just have a good time and not even worry about anything else. However, Kendra starts getting upset and starts saying that Oliver is playing the victim, and then she got up. And it's just like she was ready to charge at Oliver, and Oliver's sitting there unfazed as he always is. And it's just like, Kendra, girl, why do you do this? Like, why do you do this? Like, I like Kendra. Don't get me wrong, okay? Like, I really do like Kendra, and I really have a soft spot for Kendra, and I really want to see Kendra win because she does have potential as an artist. So it's not only do I have faith in her as an artist, but I do think there's some redeemable qualities about her. But sometimes she places herself in these situations where she's quick to react on things that she doesn't have to react to. At the end of the day, I know that there was probably some cut, chop the screw type of shit that probably made it look the way that it looks. But at the end of the day, I'm just speaking on what I'm seeing. And every time we see Kendra, she's always sensitive. She's always getting her feelings. She's always ready to fight all the time. She's just like that drunk auntie that nobody wants to bring to the barbecue because she gonna pick a reason to fight with somebody. Like, this shit is whack as fuck. And it just takes away from who she is. Like, Like, I can't wait till we interview her. We haven't reached out to her yet, but we do plan on reaching out to her to interview her. Me and Jamar on the prelude, we do plan on reaching out to her to interview her. So hopefully we get to know a different side. That's why we do interviews with these cast members, so we can get to know them on a different level, and they can tell us things, but behind the scenes things that we don't know that probably make sense as we talk about it. But I really want to see Kendra win, but it's so hard to root for her sometimes, because it's like she be asking for the drama and she be looking for it, and she be ready to pop the fuck off instead of just having a conversation. She comes across very irrational to speak to, and I can't talk to someone like that. Like, if I'm trying to talk to you and smooth over our issues and all this other stuff, it's hard for me to talk to you. I cannot talk to you, bro. Like, I cannot. And she immediately got up to get physical, like straight up. She was throwing shit at Oliver and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, okay, Kendra, stop it. So things get heated between Kendra and Oliver, and at this point Troy is pissed off because he invited both of them, and Kendra is messing up his party, and Dario trying to calm Kendra down, everybody else trying to calm Oliver down, Dominique trying to calm down Kendra, like everybody trying to calm them down. It's turning into a Real Housewives of Atlanta pillow talk type situation. That's what it's turning into. And now Troy is pissed off because his party is ruined. So at this point, Kendra comes back to the table and she throws the bowl at Oliver, and now Oliver gets up, and then Troy and Wayne the Pain Uncle Wayne get into a fight, and it's just crazy. Like, I'm just, oh shit, I'm sorry. Ooh, that's a ham and greens, child. But they go for blows and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, bruh, like, the girls are going in, they're going in, okay? And at this point, Kendra throws a chair, and I'm like, she will be the one to take it to the next level. As she threw that chair, it went straight to be continued and what's gonna happen next week. Child, okay, Chasing Atlanta, y'all was trying to lose me them first few episodes, but now y'all trying to give it to me. So let's let's keep it on moving, okay? Y'all are the superior one, so let's keep it moving, okay? But I will tell y'all this: me and Jamar are in talks with Jamar reached out to Dominique, and I'm thinking we're going to interview Dominique, or we're going to interview Troy and Dominique. We're going to do a 2 for 2 at this point. So I think we're going to interview both of them. So be on the lookout for that. We don't have no major announcement yet, but it has been talks of it. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. Once we find out if it's really going to happen, then y'all will know about it, okay? With that being said, y'all, be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. All my social media is at the bottom, including the fundraiser for me and Jamar's podcast. Our goal is $1,200. We are now at $705, so that's halfway near our goal. Whatever you can donate, just do it, and we will definitely appreciate it. The link to the GoFundMe is at the bottom of the video. With that being said, y'all, I am out of here, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. I gotta do my review for Lovers and Friends again, because I have not seen that show yet. I have not seen Monday's episode yet, but what I'm probably gonna do is do what I did last week and put this past episode and the finale on the same video, because I have a lot of videos to do during the week, and that one gets lost in the shuffle. Like, I already kind of dropped Iyanla, and it's too many videos. I can't overdo it, you know what I mean? So with that being said, you guys, I'm out. Talk to you later.